Hey, what's happening, peeps? We back again with another one. I think I got some great content for you today to deliver, and I think you all will find value in it. And before we get too deep in today's content, as always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. Appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. Keep it coming. Let me know what you want to hear more of so I can deliver more of what you want to hear. And so we're going to grow together. I want to talk about today's content. I've touched on it a little bit in some prior episodes, a little bit kind of sporadically, but I wanted to kind of bring it together in a package and bring it all to you in a one-stop shop here as well. And so what I'm talking about today is going to be LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a great tool for everyone. I think everyone should have a LinkedIn account. It can help you set up your career, get you access to opportunities, people that you may not be able to access to because of location, job title, etc., as well. But you can really connect to anyone in the world pretty much, right? Through LinkedIn, anyone who has a LinkedIn account. So you can access recruiters, get made aware of jobs that aren't even posted, mentors, peers. You can kind of reconnect with people as well from, jobs you worked, but highly encourage everyone to have a LinkedIn profile as well. And so I've just got some things to really help you set your LinkedIn profile up for success. And so I'm going to go through them and give some context to why you should be, taking that into consideration when you're getting your LinkedIn account set up. So let's get right into it. So the first one I have is get a professional picture, right? And I'll air quote that professional picture, right? Some people may not have the financial means to go somewhere and have someone professionally take pictures. Or you just may not be in a situation where, opportunity presents itself for you to get a picture there as well from a professional photographer there. So, I would even look at just places you go where you're typically dressed up in a professional manner, right? So, like weddings, other kind of celebrations, anniversary parties, if you go to nice dinners, there's certain kind of professional events you may go to that require you to be dressed up. But, have someone take a picture of you at those events, right? And you don't need to have a full, head to toe picture on there. You really just need to have a picture from maybe the neck up, because when you're looking on LinkedIn, as you're using your phone to look it up on LinkedIn, you can set it up. You can log in to your laptop, iPad, etc. But if you're looking on a phone, which a lot of the people typically do, that picture is pretty small. And so you don't want to, show your whole body when you really just need them to recognize who you are and put a face to the name. And so, get a professional picture. I think that's definitely something you want to do with your LinkedIn. The next one I have is just, again, I'll use this as air quotes as well. Use your professional name, right? And what I mean is don't use a nickname. I think there's probably certain fields or certain careers that maybe you could, use your nickname if you're probably famous or something like that. But, use your professional name that you want to go by, right? I don't want you to necessarily you don't have to use your legal name, right? So if if your name is Jonathan, but you typically go by John, just use John, right? But use whatever name that you want to professionally go by, right? You don't want to use a nickname. You don't want to use abbreviations, slang, like spell it out, but use your professional name. It's really something, it's a good representation of yourself, and you want to present yourself as a professional, in whatever, in the best light possible there as well. So definitely use your professional name. The next one I have is add your education and certifications, right? So, put down if you've got any, whether you want to put if you have a high school diploma or not, that's kind of up to you. But if you have anything above a high school diploma, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's, PhD, doctorate. Put all of your education, accomplishments on your profile. Also list any certifications you have, right? If you have some type of financial certification, if you have some type of, project management certification, right? IT certifications, right? Whatever it is, right? List those certifications, right? Because you can get a job just by listing your certification. They may say, okay, such and such has a PMP certification. We're looking for someone with a certification. We want to talk to them, right? And that will open up an opportunity for you just by you actually putting your certification on your actual profile. So definitely put all your certifications on there, all of your education. Recruiters, companies, people like to hire their alumni. So if you went to a large or a prestigious school, or any school, right? You never know where your alumni is or isn't working. And so put all that information on there because it's an opportunity for you to actually spread your tentacles, your network, you're branching out and be access to some opportunities there as well. So I wanted to touch on that, right? The next one I have is, leave unnecessary jobs off, right? So this is you stepping into your professional career. So they don't want to know if you worked a concession stand at 14 years old and you worked that in the summer, or you worked for a fast food restaurant, period for 2 years as well. And you're really actually going into IT, right? Those typically don't go together. So you don't want to put on unnecessary jobs that don't align with the industry that you're looking to go towards or move up in career in, right? So don't put unnecessary jobs on there. Look at your jobs that you've had that actually align to your job, right? I wouldn't put a fast food restaurant job that I had if I'm in finance. So I wouldn't put a fast food job on there unless I did something that was financially there was a financial position, right? If I did accounting for that, right? But if I was just making burgers or whatever the case may be, not knocking anyone, but like you need to put jobs that align with where you're headed, in terms of career there as well. So don't put unnecessary jobs, temp jobs that you had that, just you needed a job, so you needed to get some money, whatever the case may be. Try to put jobs on there that align with your skill set and where your career is trying to go, right? Now, if you have to put a job on there just to say, hey, I've been working and it doesn't align, right? Just think about the other piece of the actual LinkedIn is saying list the skills, right? The skills that you have. So add the skills that you have, whether that's customer service, relationship management, all those different skills that you have. I believe you can add up to 50 different skills on your profile. So bring all those skills out to light to make yourself more marketable, right? So if you've got a professional headshot using your name of your professional working name, right? You've got your education certifications, right? Now you're listing jobs that align to your actual career trajectory or field that you're in. You're already presenting a very polished or making yourself more marketable there as well. And if you have to work some jobs that don't really align, you've got these skills listed so they understand that you also recognize that you have some skills that aren't necessarily fully told in your job history there as well. So just definitely think about that. The next one I have is when you're listing those jobs, I think this is kind of something that I see a lot of people do, right? So if you list a job, do not list the full description of everything you did at the job, all your accomplishments and accolades, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because you're essentially allowing someone to look at your profile and interview you without interviewing you, right? They can look and say you did A, B, and C at this organization. I don't think that's a good fit, right? They don't even know you. You might be a good fit once they have a conversation. So don't list every single accolade or everything that you did on a day-to-day basis from a roles and responsibility in that job. Just list you worked for the company, when you started, and how long you were there, right? So don't try to do too much on your job descriptions on your profile. Just list the bare essentials on that: the company, the job title, and duration, how long you worked there or been working there as well. And so the next piece I've got to that in contention in a continuance of that is your job titles, right? Organizations will create job titles that are so specific nobody even understands what they are, right? And so when you look at your job title that you have at the organization, just think about what it actually means, or what's the job title that sounds the most universal to the jobs, right? So don't say, you're a strategic implementation forensic scientist rep or data engineer. Just say I'm a field engineer, right? Or I'm a client service manager, right? Don't list the official job. It becomes too cumbersome, and that can be a deterrent too as well from recruiters, because they're going to look at your profile and they may say, I don't even know what that job title is, right? So just think about your job title, think about what you do on a day-to-day basis, and think about, is it service, relationship management? Am I an individual contributor? How could I tell someone in a 1 or 2 sentence statement what it is? But if I had to give that a simple job title, what is it, right? Is it just I'm a client manager, or I'm a sales manager, whatever the case may be? But just use a simple term for that, and don't try to complicate it and make it sound too exotic, in that as well. So wanted to cover that. I think we've covered them all for the most part there. So professional picture, education, certifications, professional name, get rid of the unnecessary jobs. Use the most universal job title that you can. It's most recognized from the majority of the people in the world. Don't post your job description. Don't go into details in terms of what you did on a day-to-day basis in your job there as well. And then the last one, I had one more, so I just checked my notes there. I was going through it. So add people to your network, right? When you put these different pieces on there, you're going to have your location on there. Also, if you're looking for jobs in other places, this is another piece there as well. It'll tell you that you can say, I'm looking for these type of jobs in these type of locations. And so LinkedIn will actually send you jobs in those locations there as well. But just to go back to that original piece I was stating, add people to your network. You're putting in this information to show yourself as a polished professional version of you. And you want to add people to your network, right? It's gonna give you recommendations for people that live in your area, that have jobs similar to you, that work at companies similar to you, that have certifications similar to yours, and in various parts of the world, parts of the country, walks of life, different stages as well. So expand your network, right? This is gonna help you get exposed to opportunities that you're not going to be exposed to because you're not aware that something's in another city that you would want to live in. So, add people to your network. Add me to your network. I'm happy to be accept your request as well. But definitely add people to your network at companies you want to work for, or industries, people in different industries at different phases as well. Don't worry about whether they're a senior VP or whether they're an entry level. Just add people to your network. So let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed from LinkedIn that you say, hey, you want to make sure you add this to your profile. Let me know what you want to hear more of as well. So I want to keep providing content that you guys find value in as well. So hopefully you find this valuable. As always, if I'm lit and you lit, then we lit. So stay lit.